This time we're taking a look at the strombide family, or the conches, and the ones that inhabit the greater Caribbean region. When I first started reading my outdated field guide about this family, I saw two separate pictures of the Florida fighting conch saying they were different species, and I said, there's not two different types of fighting conch. But upon further investigation, I came to find that there are actually four distinct populations of fighting conch, two separate species in the eastern Atlantic/Caribbean Sea region, one with a subspecies, and one type of fighting conch in the western Pacific. And I said, how'd he get over there? And it seems that I've found the evidence to prove that these populations were separated because of the Great American Biotic interchange that connected North America to South America 3 million years ago during the Pliocene. Before this event, South America drifted free from the southern supercontinent 140 million years ago. When South America came up to meet North America, it also separated the Atlantic Ocean from the Pacific Ocean, which previously had free flow between each other. So it's likely that the common ancestor of all fighting conchs lived in the Pliocene before the continents connected, and then later diversified into its modern species. If we go back 5 million years, we find a likely candidate, a fossil species named Strombus floridinus. Its fossils are found in Florida, and its subspecies, Strombus cf. floridinus fossils, can be found in Costa Rica and Panama. Floridinus is smaller than modern fighting conchs, being full-grown at about 2.5 inches, and disappears from the fossil record in the Pleistocene when modern fighting conchs show up. The Florida fighting conch ranges from the Carolinas to Cuba and the Gulf of Mexico, growing to be 4 or 5 inches big. It may not possess spikes, or it may have spikes on the last whorl. The inside color may be purple, the outside is often more spotted. The West Indian fighting conch lives from South Florida, the Caribbean Sea, and Brazil. The shell grows up to 5 inches, is more solid than the Florida fighting conch, has a slightly more protruding lip, is normally a more solid color, cannot have a purple interior, and has bigger spikes than the Florida fighting conch. It also has a southerly subspecies that just shows these same traits, more exaggerated. The Panama fighting conch got left on the other side of the continent, ranging from the Gulf of California to northern Peru. This one's slightly smaller at 4 inches at the biggest and more elongated than other fighting conchs, and has a smaller lip. The Strom sister genus contains its lone member Persistus strombus granulatus, which does not have a common name, so I will assign it the deep water fighting conch. It's a deep water shell that lives off the coast of Costa Rica and Panama. This one was found by a diver in Costa Rica 120 feet below sea level. And this one was found off Panama at 240 feet. This guy doesn't fit in as close with other stroms in the family tree, but is closer related to fighting conchs than any other genus in Stromboidea. Although closely related, the Bombean conch lives from Senegal to Angola and the Cape Verde Islands, growing 6.5 inches big and being the only extant member of its genus. Aside from that, its genus seems to be used as a fossil dump. The members of the Lobatus genus include the milk conch, which lives in South Florida and the Caribbean, and grows up to 9 inches big. It gets its name from its creamy colored inside, and the outside may be spotted, also called the rib conch for the texture. The hawkwing lives in the Caribbean and parts of the Gulf of Mexico, and can grow up to be 5 inches big. It has a mottled outside color, and the inside is normally white. It gets its name from its shape and pattern being reminiscent of a hawkwing. The hawkwing's closest living relative was also left on the other side of the continents, the coxcombs conch, living from the Gulf of California to Peru and growing up to 8 inches big. Our last member of the Lobatus genus is also the biggest conch in the western Atlantic, the Goliath conch, growing 15 inches big and being endemic to Brazil. This guy grows to be so heavy seafaring men use him as a doorstop. The last genus, Aliger, has two members, the queen conch, living the Caribbean Sea, and growing up to 13 inches, has large knobs, a ruffled lip, and a pink interior. The rooster-tail conch lives the West Indies and grows up to 8 inches big. That's because it has the largest lip out of any strombe we've covered. Also called the cock strombe, is often spotted orange or brown, but can vary. And with that, we've covered the family Strombidae and how the Great American Biotic Interchange affected some aquatic species.